Hi everyone, my name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be showing you how I get this everyday soft glam look using all Tom Ford picks. I prepped my skin using some moisturizer, so now it's hydrated and ready for application. So for starters, I'm going to go into the Traceless Soft Matte Foundation. My shade is 4.5 Ivory. So I'm just going to take a couple pumps on the back of my hand, and then using my finger, I'm just going to take it and apply it in little dots on these areas of my face. And then using a beauty sponge, I'm just going to blend it out. I love this foundation because it's buildable and it doesn't cake. I love how this foundation feels. It just feels like my skin. Even the finish, you can see it's a matte, but it's a soft matte and also natural. Another great thing about this foundation is that it comes in 40 shades. It has hydrating hyaluronic acid, which is an amazing skincare ingredient. It's usually in my serums, so it's really nice that I get that in my foundation now. And there's really cool microsphere powders in the foundation that give it that blurring effect. Next, I'm going to apply the Emotion Proof Concealer in the shade 2.0 Buff. I'm just going to take it and put it on my inner corner below the center of my eye, and then one on the outer corner. And then same thing on the other side. So I'm also going to put some around my nose. I'm going to put two here and a couple dots on my forehead and just a little line on my nose, just like that. So now just taking my fingers, I'm going to blend out my under eye area. I have some nails on, so I'm going to use the sponge. I love the finish of this concealer. It's a radiant finish and it's also full coverage, which is amazing for my under eyes. It's sweat proof, it's transfer resistant, it's humidity resistant, it's also waterproof. It's also great for color correcting and toning. I'm just gonna put some of that on my eyelids, and then using a beauty sponge, I'm just gonna blend that out. This is gonna be our primer for the eyeshadow. So now for my favorite part, contour. I will be using the Shade and Illuminate face palette in the shade Intensity 01. So I'm just going to be taking the contour shade with my finger. Using my finger, I'm going to sculpt out my face on the cheekbone, onto the temples, onto the forehead. My favorite, the jawline. Right here too, don't forget this part. And then we're gonna repeat that on the other side. I'm also gonna put a little bit on my nose just to slim it out a little bit. It doesn't have to look perfect. We're gonna blend it all out anyways. The darker shade in this palette is going to add symmetry to my face, and it's also going to define my bone structure more. So using a foundation brush, I am just going to blend out the contour into my hairline, always going up. It's so easy to blend out. This works for all undertones, neutral, warm, and cool. And I'm just gonna blend out my nose. Next, I'm gonna go into the Illuminate shade. I'm going to put this on the high points of my face, my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, the corners of my eye. This is going to visibly lift my face. It's just really natural looking and just beautiful. I love the way highlighter looks. I just like blinding people. For a lot of people who are new to makeup, contouring can feel really scary, but with this palette, it just makes it so easy. Now that my complexion is on, I'm gonna move on to some brows. I'm gonna be using the Brow Sculptor in the shade Chestnut. It is kind of a darker brown actually. My brows are already pretty thick, so I don't really like to overdo them. So I'm just gonna fill in a couple gaps that I might have in my brows. I'm using a very light hand and just brush it out. All right, I've done one side, so now I'm gonna move to the other. I'm such a brow girl and this pencil is so great. The thing about this pencil that I love is the angled applicator. I just think it makes creating those really natural hair-like strokes in your brows so easy. It also comes with a sharpener and a refill, so thank you, Tom Ford. For the eyes, I'm going to be using the Eye Color Quad in the shade Nude Dip. I love these 4 shades because they're so complementary and you can create a lot of different looks with them. So first I'm gonna take this second shade right here and then just dab my brush in it. And I am going to put that all over my crease and my lid. It's very neutral, has a little bit of shimmer in it. I'm just blending that. Next, I'm gonna go into this gray shade right here. And I'm just gonna put this only in my crease and not on my lid. This is just gonna define my eye a little bit more. I'm not gonna blend it all over like I did with my last shade. I'm just going in the crease. I love how easy to blend this is. Next, I'm gonna go into the darkest shade on the palette. It's really dark, super pigmented, so I don't wanna go overboard, so tapping it off extra hard. And then I'm just gonna be placing this on the outside of my eyelid. I'm also going to bring that same shade underneath my eye. You're gonna love this. If the shades in the palette are embossed with the TF logo, then you can use it either dry or wet. And if you decide to use it wet, it's gonna give you an amazing impact. All right, so I'm just gonna take this brush and dip it into a damp cotton pad to get it a little bit wet. Dipping into the lightest shade of this palette, I'm going to apply this to the inner corner of my eye. And you can see that it's a little bit more intense, and also a little bit on my actual lid, but only the inner corner. Onto the other eye. I love putting a light shade in the inner corner of my eye like that because it just makes my eyes look awake and refreshed. I'm gonna redamp my brush and just go into the darkest shade in this palette and put that on the outer corner to make it even more intense. So you can already see that I didn't even blend it out and it's just super intense. Also, something worth mentioning is that this palette also comes with 2 applicators, which are really useful for if you're on the go. And now for some eyeliner. I'll be adding a wing using the eye defining pen. The great thing about this product is that there's 2 sides to it. So there's the calligraphy side and then the fine tip side. And I'm going to be using the shade 01 Deeper, which is the blackest black you can have. The thing that I love about this calligraphy applicator is that it allows me to follow the natural curvature of my eye, so it just makes application so easy. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the finer tip side to touch up. To finish off the eye look, I'm going to add some mascara. I'll be using the Emotion Proof Mascara in the shade Noir. This is the mascara that you want to use if you're going to cry but you still want to look cute. When I apply mascara, I really like to get into the root. This mascara just gives so much volume. It really thickens your lashes. And that's because of the lash filling powders that are in the formula. Look at my lashes. I love this formula, I'm obsessed. You can really see the difference. This added so much length and volume to my lashes. I absolutely love it. It's waterproof, it's long lasting, it's a real go-to. Let's get into some lips. I'll be using the Gloss Luxe Lip Gloss in the shade Inhibition. It has a high shine finish and it's really color saturated. I think this would be great to just throw on over a lipstick or if you want to just over your bare lips. I'm gonna go in with another layer just to show you what it looks like built up a little bit. It feels extremely nourishing on the lips. It has some amazing ingredients like avocado oil, jojoba oil, vitamin E. They just keep my lips super soft. This feels like something I could wear all day long. It's not sticky and it's super comfortable. To finish things off, I'm gonna add a flush of color to my cheeks. I'll be using the shade Illuminate Blush in the shade Brazen Rose. I'm a really big fan of how versatile this product is. It has 2 sides to it, and one of the sides is a semi-matte and the other one is a soft shine. You can wear the colors individually or you can blend them together like I'm doing. I'm applying on the apple of my cheek and outward to create a little bit of lift. It's a sheer to medium coverage, and as you can tell, it has a really pretty natural finish to it. This is the final look. All of these products are super easy to apply and super versatile, so you can have a lot of fun with them. Let me know in the comments if any of these products caught your eye. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.